Universal billing is Syncro's love letter to billing admins across the globe. We understand how much it sucks to manually take licenses from a third party platform and have to enter them by hand into your PSA. So, we're solving that problem once and for all. This video will demonstrate how this works with Acronis specifically, but it also works with most of our third party marketplace vendors that you can purchase from Syncro directly. With Acronis specifically, you can either spin up a new account directly through Syncro or migrate an existing account you have with another reseller over to Syncro. Then you simply enable universal billing. The first thing you'll do is head over to the admin settings where you'll find our customer mapping tool. Here you'll find a list of all customers in Acronis and you'll be able to map those to your customers in Syncro. Once mapped, we'll begin storing license usage counts against each mapped customer daily. You can also force that to trigger manually by pressing this Manual Vendor Sync button here. From there, you can head over to our new third-party vendor usage report. Here you'll be able to select the vendors to include as well as which subset of customer you'd like to pull license counts for. This report will clearly denote which customers have which licenses applied and what quantities of each. So now we have our customers mapped and our usage counts stored. Now it's time to bill our customers dynamically based off of these ever-changing usage counts. In your recurring invoices, you'll find a recurring type called Vendor Usage Counter. You'll select your vendor and then you'll select from a list of possible SKUs. Now in this example, their licenses that currently have active usage are shown toward the top in their own section, so we know exactly what licenses this customer is consuming. This way we don't have to cross-reference the report when setting up your recurring invoices. Next, you'll map it to a product you have in Syncro. In this case, we're going to map it to our respective Acronis SKUs for device licenses and cloud storage. Now we've also added this checkbox here that says Bill for all units. This is how our recurring invoices have always worked, taking the entire count of licenses and billing your customer for every single one. However, what if you have a contract with this customer that says they'll get maybe 1 terabyte of storage included with their managed services contract, and they'll only pay for storage above that quantity? Well, that's now supported by unchecking this box and simply adding in the quantity you want to include at no cost. If your customer doesn't consume more than you allocate for them as part of their managed services contract, then this line item won't appear on the invoice at all. However, if you want to include that line item with a $0 notation to showcase the additional value you're providing your customer, you can do that as well with this checkbox here. In this example, you'll see that this customer has roughly a terabyte and a half of storage, but they'll only be billed for roughly 500 gigabytes because we're including a terabyte in their contract. If this customer's storage increased to 2 terabytes the next month, they'd be automatically billed on their next recurring invoice for 1 terabyte instead of 500 gigabytes, and so on. Once you set it, you're done. We'll do all the heavy lifting for you from here on out. The days of you having to manually bill out your third-party add-on licenses every single month have come to an end. That's universal billing with Acronis.